What up, dog? How you doing tonight? Bang, bang, gang, gang. Here we are, baby. Back together again. Like butt cheeks. What up, dog? My city heating up. Denver's heating up. We're gonna talk about it. As soon as we get some people in here. Boom. Turn that shit off. Bam. Go over here too. So we're gonna talk about this video. Right, Chuck? Bam. I'm gonna put the link in the thing. From BT to Shasta and FT Finesse, featuring Finesse B and Scrams. The song is called Disrespectful. I'm not going to play the song as far as the whatchamacall is concerned for copyright concerns. There we go. So I'm going to turn the sound off. But I'm not going to play it also because the song is incredibly, incredibly disrespectful. And the song is called Disrespectful. And as you can see, okay, so right there, Park Hill Bloods. I'm gonna, let's pull some stuff back here. Bam. So right here we got a bunch of Bloods from Denver. And one thing you'll be able to tell about Bloods from Denver, okay, is that they're very multicultural. It's a multicultural gang in Denver. Not just multiracial, multicultural. There's whole different culture groups that don't even interact with each other, right? But that all function with each other. So, the song is called Disrespectful. The song is named after a member of the Bloods who was killed during a rag snatching. He attempted to snatch a purple rag off of Emilio's head. A man named Emilio's head. He lost his life that day. I believe a couple people got shot that day. And over the last couple years, there's been a lot of kind of a low-key war going on between two gangs in the city, between the Bloods and the G's. And it's now, it seemed, brought itself to out in the open. It's not even going to be low-key anymore. I don't know, I'm concerned with what's about to happen in my city. This video, as you can see, a lot of red rags, and you'll see pretty soon you're going to start seeing purple rags on fire. There we go. Purple rag on fire. There we go, on the ground, on fire. And throughout the song, they actually mention several people from a rival gang from the G's and disrespect them personally, right? Now I got to just be straight up on some shit, just wear my own personal bias, right? Because I just got to do that. I functioned with the Bloods. I've talked about that several times on this channel. I functioned with the 16 blocks and the CMGs that were in Westwood in the early 90s. This is what we did. I've still got friends. I still talk to my people. And the G's, for all intents and purposes, because of the political environment that brought itself about throughout Colorado prison system, the G's are now my enemies. Now, with that being said, I know a bunch of G's that I'm really, really super good with. You know what I mean? That I grew up with through Juvenile, through the Gilliam, and through Montview, and through group homes. I was in Savio House and all that shit. And so I kicked it with these fools. I was tough with the G's too. A bunch of individual ones. But as far as a gang was concerned, not really. I didn't function with the G's too much, and then towards the end, the last like 4 or 5 years of my prison sentence, the G's had become the opposition. It's just kind of the way that it was. You know what I mean? I didn't choose it, but that's how it was. So the G's are what's represented with the purple flag. So I just want to put that out there, so nobody's like, "God, this fool," you know what I mean? Like I'm putting out some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like I don't want anybody to act like I'm putting out some bullshit, like I'm smearing the G's or nothing like that. It ain't even like that. Everybody knows where I'm at. Just so you know where I'm at. There you go, Rich DM on Pyro. Right? 2DS. I never knew 2DS, homie. That was after me. That's like, I made little videos about him. I made a couple little videos about him. But the honest truth is, homie, that was way after me, dog. It was Southwest. It was Southside family. The Chavez's in them. There was a Southside family. There was Southwest. That's what Swift was. The homie Swift was. There was KCB's. The homie Bugle Boy, rest in peace. There was 16 blocks like the homie Six and Little Six and B Loco and Slimer and who else did I used to kick with? That fool Gump. I got tattoos. A bunch of my tattoos are from that fool Gump from 16 block. The big homies are fucking Super Loke and a lot of the West Sevens. The homies were related. A lot of them West Seventh fools. But a lot of the new ones, a lot of the new I don't know so well. A lot of the new gangs, the newer cliques and stuff, I don't know so well. But pull a runner. But this video is off the chain as far as disrespectful stuff is concerned. And like you said, the name of the song is Disrespectful. It says disrespectful on their chest, and there's been animosity, a lot of animosity. But the thing is, though, if we're going to be honest, it was always a thing that kind of existed between like the Chicano Bloods and the G's, and so this is like a new level of it where the black dudes are jumping into the situation. But as Denver has progressed, a lot of the older racial tensions have gone away. You know, Denver was never a super racist city anyway, but over the years it's moved away from it. See, they've got disrespectful. It says disrespectful on everything. It said disrespectful on Homeboy's chain, on the shirts, on everything. And this is the name of the dude who snatched the purple rag, right? This fool's calling out now. See, the thing is, though, on the opposite side of the situation, the G's can't have no media contact. The G's ain't allowed to have media contact at all, right? They can't make a song to react. They can't go on social media to say nothing. They can't do nothing. The most the G's have is like a Facebook. You'll see some of them on Facebook. You know, you'll see like the purple flag or so. You'll see them repping hard on Facebook a little bit. Other than that, like there's some of them that go and talk about stuff, but not about anything gang related. They can't talk about this. They can't talk about this at all. So they can't respond to this. And the Bloods could just make videos all day. Right? And this scares me. This scares me, and I'm going to tell you somebody else I think it scares, because this song dropped, that song that I was just showing you dropped like 48 hours ago, okay? But right before that song dropped, or right as that song dropped, Mile High Minute, who I'm gonna bring up his YouTube channel here real quick, and I'm actually going to share it real quick. Let's see, bam. We'll get the link here in a second. Let's see. Is this his channel? I think it is, yeah. Bam. We'll get his link right here, drop it over here. But this is the homie Mile High Minute. And yesterday he posted something. And I remember I was thinking, like, what is that? You know what I mean? Like, what's he talking about? But he's way more up on the music scene than I am. And this is what he posted. He said, for all the people that want Denver to be on and popping, like LA, Chicago, Atlanta, Detroit, and other major cities, Please understand that it took a lot of murder and mayhem for them to get that reputation. I pray my city doesn't want fame that bad. It's not looking good, though. And he posted this yesterday. I was like, man, what's he talking about? What's this mean? You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. Maybe does he know something I don't know? Or what's he trying to get at? You know? And I was chewing on it for a while. And then in the comments, somebody left a link to a video. They, I don't remember what it was. Some of the FBP supporters and some of the Blood supporters in the comments going back and forth. And one of the responses was a video. And I said, well, the hell with it. I'll see what it is. And I pulled it up. And it was this BT Shasta. This disrespectful video. Right? I should tell the story when DJ Quick got chased out of Denver. That's a good idea, actually. I don't know, though. But you know who would be better to tell it? Because he was around back then. And he was actually a member of that team that chased him out. Was OK Cud 303. That's who you want to contact about that, because that's like his hood. That was his hood that ran DJ Quick out of town. That really wasn't us. So this, I'm not gonna lie, it scares me a little bit. Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, the entire situation, I'm not gonna lie, it does worry me. That not only that this is out there now, that the song's out there now, but that these cats were like, you know what, we're gonna do this on purpose. They're like, fuck this, we're gonna do this flagrantly on purpose and disrespect these fools, and just see what happens. Fuck it, we'll just see what happens. Put the ball in their court, right? Let me get over here. What's the deal with the Chicano blood? Hey, homie, that shit rooted out here, and there's no way around it. There's more Mexican bloods out here than there is black bloods, and that's a reality. Edgar's, homie, as far as the eye could see, dog. Edgar's with red rags, homie. My city saw a boom. Izzy Real, what up? Thank you for stopping by. In blood gang membership in the early 90s. By the time I got here in 96. I left California in 96 and got here. I was in Portland for a couple months. 6 months maybe, something like that. Not even that long, I don't think. And then I came down here to Denver, and the Bloods were in full swing in 1996 whenever I got here, and they were fully established Chicano blood hoods in Westwood that didn't really have anything to do with the black people whatsoever. Like, the black dudes, they'd cruise through, but it was kind of weird to see them. Like, sometimes the Park Hill dudes would come over. They'd come over, hey, what's going on, you know what I mean? But in that time in Westwood, in the early 90s, or even in the mid-90s in Westwood, you didn't see a lot of black people. If you saw black people, those was usually Crips, and it was something to be reported, you know what I mean? And color banging was in full effect, and the Serenos weren't welcome either. So we were looking for blue. Everybody was looking for blue. Blue had to go. There can't be any GKI rappers. They don't let them fools rap, I don't think. I bet you there is some. I bet you there's a GKI in his cell somewhere getting down. I bet you anything there is. But what do you think took the Bloods nationwide? Shh. It can't be the Lil Wayne or the Game, because they was already here. And Lil Wayne and the Game were nothing to do with none of that. And they had already been banging for years. You know what I mean? The big homie Smugs and them. Smugs was already in his mid-20s. Smugs was in his mid-20s whenever I got here. He was maybe 25 or 26. And I was 13. So, yeah, which would make him 12 years older, 12, 13 years older than me. Yeah, that sounds about right. And so, which means that they were already banging, homie, early 90s. The Chicanos were already, the Chicano blood gangs were already formed in the early 90s, right? That's what that means for sure. They were already there. So what would have brought that out here? I have no idea what would have brought that out here. Other than the Bloods themselves bringing it out here. You know? Everybody tap into the Mile High Minute. Oh. I got the original out-of-state Crips and Bloods came from the crack epidemic going nationwide. Seemed like there was a second boom in the early 2000s. Yeah, it was already cracking in full effect by the early 2000s. The whatchalls, even the 16 blocks by that time, MNUT and them fools were in full effect by the early 2000s. We were all in full effect banging. And MNUT's from a generation above me. He's older than me. And he's one of the cats who started 16s. And I don't know. I don't know what did it. I don't know what made Bloods so attractive out here. I don't know what did it, especially to the Chicanos, because out here Crips was like a black gang. That was like what it was. Like if you seen a black dude, it was probably a Crip. It was like 70% chance if you seen a black dude that was dressed up like a gangbanger, he was probably a Crip. And that's still basically, there's still way more Crips out here than there is Bloods. Right? Black Bloods, Black Crips than there is Black Bloods. The only thing that give the numbers even any sort of parity is because there's all these Mexican Bloods way on the other side of town, right? Well, these Mexican Bloods way on the other side of town, which is where they were just at, where they're shooting this video at. This is actually the West Ridge projects. Let's pull these back a little bit. That's the West Ridge projects, which is what their hood's named after. You can see like that looks like a white boy right here. You got a white boy Edgar. You got a Chicano Edgar right here. You know what I mean? And you can see the projects. This is the projects. And I don't know. I don't know what did it. But these are also the projects that Savage says he be smashing all through here looking for fools to fade up, and they don't want to fade him. Savage Sev a big boy though. Better watch out. Let's see. They're really going out of their way, and they said one of these cats is Scrams is from the land. He's from L.A. He's a blood cat from L.A. Oh no, but they decided that it was time to really go at these G's for some reason. I mean, because it's always been a low-key thing, but these Mexican Bloods got themselves in, and they weren't scared. They went into it full force and got themselves into a thing, with the G's. And for one reason or another, the black dude said, fuck it. We're going to come over here too, Oh. Should do a story. DJ Quick got in trouble in Denver. Darkroom Familia getting chased out of Oakland. Yeah. The thing was, imagine what I just said. All the black people were Crips. So DJ Quick came out here and he's thinking, oh, you know what I mean? He's a blood or whatever. He didn't know it was like a mini LA out here, homie. This is 80% Crips, and most of the Bloods out here were Mexican. And a lot of them didn't even listen to DJ Quick. They could have really cared less about DJ Quick. They were on some other shit. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, the cultural. Bloods out here is a multicultural gang. It's not just a multiracial gang. It's a multicultural gang. There's whole sets of Bloods out here that function completely independently, and it'll just be like whites and Mexicans. Whites, Chicanos, things of this nature. And then there's sets that are mixed. There's sets that are all black. You never really know what you're going to get with that situation. when 50 Cent got chased out of Frisco when he first came to the club. Yeah, anybody could get it. He showed up. DJ Quick showed up out here, and the whole place was full of Crips, dog. The whole place was full of Crips. He said something slick. DJ Quick said something slick, and they started throwing bottles. So the whole crowd started throwing bottles, dog. Got ran out of the mission in Frisco. Crips took. Oh yeah, Colors had an influence. I'm sure Colors had an influence. Yeah. When they hit the feds, you know, I asked one of them because I got one of my little homies. He's a little egger, and I asked him. He looked like one of these little skinny cats you see in one of these videos, and I said, "Hey, homie," I said, "What's the deal? You tell me, homie. If you hit the joint, what's the deal? What's it gonna be?" He said, "My uncles told me to ride with my race. Just go check in with my race if I ever hit the joint, just to go check in with my race." And I think that's been left open as an option, perhaps, or something. I'm not 100%. I don't know. I don't really know. It didn't used to be like that, but I know things have changed. Could be. Well, yeah, I mean, the big homies that I used to talk about, right? The big homies I used to fuck with, like Smugs and them, and Super Loc and them, they would talk about, like Taco and Dane and them fools. Like they knew these people. They talked about them like they was the big homies, right? Like these were people from the land, right? You know, the people that they had blessings behind. And I think it was even because it was confusing to me at first because they kept saying Denver lanes, and I'm like, I'm trying to figure out what part of the city the Denver lanes were in. You know what I mean? Because I had never heard of that before, Denver lanes. And what it was they were functioning with dudes from the Denver lanes in L.A. And I didn't realize that till years and years and years later, and I realized what Denver lanes was. I kept trying to figure out what part of the city the Denver lanes was. Hell yeah, thank you. I appreciate you, fuck yeah. Yeah, appreciate you. Free the hogs, he says. Is this like the Bill Nye talk? Yeah. That's the comment of the night, dog. That's the comment of the night, homie. That's a good one. Yeah, on a national level, yeah. That is how it stuck like that out here in the black community, though. It did stick like that. Yeah. Yeah, out there in California, too, huh? They just got them outnumbered no matter what. Yeah, it's a mix. It's a mix. The homie Gump was the first, like, actual just white boy that I ever met. Like, just white. He was just completely white. The homie Gump from 16 Block. And it was just like, what's this fool? But he was cool, though. That fool was down, homie. Homie's with the business. TJ, I see you, too, homie. Thank you for stopping by, TJ. Like to catch you one of these times. My homie, I'd love to catch you on everybody subscribe to Views of a Go-Getter. This is the homie right here. This is another one of the homies from Denver. This is another creator from Denver, but I don't know what the homie's doing with his channel. You know what I mean? So, but I'm glad to see you. And whenever you're ready to do something social with your channel, TJ, you let me know, dog. And I'll hook you up with all kinds of people. TJ's a real one, homie. And that's actually what I don't vouch for a lot of people, homie. And that's a cat who rode. That's a white boy who rode with the blacks, homie. Rode against the grain, homie. And is with the business, homie. And you won't hear me say that about a lot of people, especially not a lot of people on YouTube. So yeah. So whenever you're ready, homie. Yeah, I know. I know. Well, I know how it is. You know what I mean? It's hard, homie, to come up with. Sometimes I'd even got nothing to come up with. This video popped up, homie. I've been working on this long form video that I'm trying to get out about the integration. I'm working on a video about the integration. And then this came up, and it was like, well, hell, I got to talk about this. This is a topic in itself, you know? Every time you hear out-of-state rappers fighting a case, they're always Bloods, and they're always telling on them. Man, you know, I'm still trying to figure out, because a lot of the people from a lot of the people from out here been saying, they're all in my comments, and they say, oh, these fools are telling, and the FVP's telling, and the 2DS telling, and these fools are telling, and da-da-da-da-da. And I have seen some paperwork, but I ain't seen nothing that adds up to some gang telling, right? Because I've been part of a situation where the goddamn gang told, we're like 50% of the gang told, right? The indictment that we got hit on, like 50% of my dudes rolled. So I know what it is. I've seen that. There's been some individuals, it seems to be that Mo's not even really telling. Mo just locked it the hell up. Mo was like, to hell with this, to hell with general population. I'm not even going to try, which is just something that's weird to me. You know what I mean? I don't know what he thought, homie. He thought he was going to put in all that work, allegedly, and then, like, you thought you were just going to get out of that, dog? Like what? You going to PC up forever? Nah, homie. You going to have to fight that one out, dog. You got about a decade of going through it, homie, in the joint to earn your respect, because the joint thinks whether, I don't give a shit whether you did it or not. Let's just say allegedly, whatever, I don't care. The prison system thinks, and the joint thinks, and the legal system thinks you shot up the city. So they're going to hold you accountable for shooting up the city, right? I don't know if you did or not. Who God only knows. Right? But they're going to hold you accountable like you did, right? You're not going to get out of that, homie. You're going to have to fight that one out, dog. And there's going to be some prisons where it's going to be rough, dog. And you might end up going out sideways. But you're not going to just get away from that. You know what I mean? Drive-bys ain't no good, homie. Everybody knows that. You're not supposed to do that. You find a target, homie, if you're going to fire. You have a target in sight if you're going to fire something, homie. Everybody knows that. You don't just spray. Especially your family members, but that's a different story. Especially people you're related to, you don't spray up their houses. But that's behind the scenes information. Boom. Yeah, absolutely, brother. Victor, what up, though? Yukas in the house. Mondo, what up? Good to see you. 2K babies get the game. Do I think who's back rapping? Yeah, he rapping in solitary confinement on the toilet. Yeah, he over there beating on the wall. One of them, he probably doing that. He probably beating on the wall. I'll give him that. See, Got Cash says he's a snitch, but he ain't told on nobody, though. You know what I mean? I got to call it how I see it. Like I said, whether the Bloods are the homies or not, I got to call it how I see it. He ain't told on nobody. But I don't know, or actually I don't know that. He might have told on the fools who actually hit him. Like whenever they actually hit him, the fools who hit him in the thing, maybe he told. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I know that the paperwork and things of this nature doesn't seem to be hard to be coming out of there. It's coming out. You know what I mean? So we're going to cover it. They're not going to get They're not going to get They're not going to get away with it. If I'm going to be honest, just for a complete 100% transparency, whenever I get the paperwork on LPP, which is a member of the I was a member of that organization. Homie, whenever I find out exactly who all the rats are and I've got all the information on all that, I'm going to have a paperwork party on my own homies, dog. Where I'm going to clear the air and clear out these fools. Homie, I'm airing these fools out too. So it ain't, everybody's going to get it, dog. Everybody's going to get it. Not anything like LA or anything like that. Not anything like LA or Chicago. But worse than a lot of the Midwest. You know what I mean? It ain't St. Louis or anything like that. It's just nice out here. The thing is out here is there's money. It doesn't matter where you go. You go to any ghetto part of town. You can go find the worst ghettoest part of town, and within like 2 blocks you can find $1 million house. So it just doesn't get that bad. It's because they're just not that poor. And everybody's got, all these fools got all these like high-powered weapons and all kinds of stuff. Which kind of surprises me that there's not a lot more weapons in this one. Because you see some of those some of those other blood videos. These fools got all kinds of high-powered, different types of weapons. Oh, there's a lot. Yeah, no, it's nothing like Chicago or anything like that. But huge growth and expansion. The crime rate here is getting bad. The crime rate's getting a lot worse. We've had a spike in murders over the last couple years. We're getting about 100 murders a year. What they say, 92 murders, 96 murders last year, or something like that. So we're basically middle of the road. We're not really good. We're not bad, but we're getting worse. Is the problem? Is that we're getting worse, and I can't imagine that this is going to help, that this video is going to help. In video, and the cat's in the next bed. Oh, what? Like there's a video of him being whenever he was talking about that fool hitting him in the next bed. Is there a video of that? Yeah. The gangster rapper did that, and the recorded it sounded like he told the dude that stabbed him. Yeah, he might have. From the way that he was talking in the courtroom, it's very well possible that he, you know what I mean, that he was just like, that fool stabbed me, you know what I mean. But I just don't like to put anything on anybody until we got it. You know what I mean? Like even some of this paperwork, I've been hit with a couple more pieces of paperwork on different people. And some of these people I don't even know. I don't even know who they are. And so, but you really got to dig in there. And I'm not going to accuse anybody of doing anything unless I can make sure, dude. Unless I know that the paperwork is a 100, dog. Boom. Yeah, nothing is like Chicago. Yeah, hell yeah. Oakland is the murder capital of NorCal, despite being only 400, but Chicago makes towns. Yeah. And if I remember right, actually, St. Louis, if I remember right, East St. Louis, the actual city of East St. Louis is worse than Chicago. It's like horrible. And out of all of them, I think Baton Rouge took the murder capital. And Baton Rouge got like 200,000 people. Or something like that. It's got like 100 murders or something like that. It's got like, Denver's got like 2 million people or something like that. Baton Rouge got like 200,000 and it's got like the same amount of murders, something like that. Violent people have no right to be in a free society. Get them out of here. Yeah. All right. So I don't know, like I said, if that's what Mile High Minute was talking about or not. Not 100%. But he was, I have a feeling that's what he was saying. Because, I don't know, they have to, they're antagonizing him for a reason. Why? And that's the question. Why are they antagonizing him? I don't know. I grew up in Westwood. Now I live in Germany. Talk about culture shock. They do. Everybody incriminates themselves with their phone. Just having your phone on you, dude. If you do something, you know what I mean? If you do something, they can always just track your phone. East Palo Alto was a murder capital in 92. It's only like 2 miles, like 2 miles across or something like that. Yeah. New Orleans has that high murder rate because of the legal system, and plus it's a hub for drug distribution. I believe that right there on the coast, bringing stuff in. And then a lot of the people who a lot of the poor people who run them swamps, you know what I mean? The swamps on the coast and stuff like that. Those people are poor, homie. They're bribable. You know what I mean? Bribable to get some stuff in. Damn. EPA was based on a per capita. Oakland has over 176 in 92. Way over 176 in 1992. Way more than East Palo Alto. Yeah. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. Well, yeah, that's some of the things. It can depend also on how small you get. You know what I mean? How small the cities are that you include that are factored into the analysis, right? Because if you go down to a small city, if you go down to a city of 50,000 and it has 2 murders, that's 1 murder per 25,000 people. That's a crazy murder rate. You know what I mean? That's a crazy murder rate. So right away, it's like, oh, it looks nuts, but it's only 2 murders. I don't know. This isn't good, though. I'll tell you that. I have a feeling it's going to get worse before it gets better. That video's only got 12 or 1,300 views so far. So where it goes, I don't know. But it's going to get, whenever it gets to the upper echelons of the G's, whenever they hear what these fools are talking about, I don't know. EPA had 42 based on a city of 24,000. So like 1.5 people for every, or 1 3/4 people for every 1,000 people died. That's crazy. That's crazy. Anybody want to come up, chop it up? I'm done with the spiel. I'm about to spark this joint. I got some ribs in the oven cooking. I'm probably not going to eat them till tomorrow, though. He said Oakland has a lot of nice areas. A lot of multi-million dollars. Not all the town is fucked up. Yeah. That's how Denver is nice, dude. It has pockets of town where, you know what I mean, bad things can happen to you. If you don't pay attention to what, you know what I mean, you don't pay attention to your surroundings, you can get mugged out here quick. Mugged. Get your catalytic converter stolen. Quick. You're supposed to get that shit. Get your car broken into. You leave your stuff in the wrong neighborhoods. You know? What the hell did I do with my lighter? Oh. See, the goat in the house. What up? That's like picking the worst part of Oakland. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Whenever you isolate a small area, you always isolate a small area and then say, oh, look how horrible it is. Yeah. Oh. New Orleans has some crazy law, like if they can't bring charges in 60 days, they must release you with time served, even on murder. They call it misdemeanor murder. What the fuck? That is crazy. If they can't bring charges in 60 days. Huh. Oakland Hills were on fire. Shit was crazy. Best thing about Oakland is it has a chapter of the Hells Angels. That was one of the first chapters, wasn't it? Isn't that like their first chapter? Isn't that where Sonny Barger was from? Isn't that where he was from? Was Oakland? Where the hell is my lighter? Hold on. Misdemeanor murder has its own Wikipedia page. Jay Millie, what up, though? Claremont area in Oakland is nice. I never hung out in Oakland much. Went around a little bit, but not much. I just didn't have any business over there. There was no reason to. I had a lot of gay friends. My best friend was a lesbian. She's older. And so we could get drugs or whatever we wanted from the gay people. You know what I mean? Just didn't have a reason to go to Oakland. It has a site. Misdemeanor murder. That's funny. Let's see. Sonny started his own gang, not knowing there was a gang with the same name down south, so they merged. Oh, I didn't know that. Nice. That's tight. They didn't kill each other, go all crazy and try to kill each other. They just merged. Everywhere could be nice if the riffraff was eliminated. I thought, weren't you earlier saying that violent people have no place? Now you want to eliminate the riffraff? Are you going to eliminate them violently? Or peacefully? It's going, it's just got kicked up a notch. The Bloods released a video that is openly disrespecting basically the biggest other gang in the city. But beside the Crips might be the biggest gang in the city. I don't know. It's like Crips, Bloods, and G's. And with all the Mexican Bloods and all the Black Bloods put together, there might be as many of them as there is Crips. Maybe more. Maybe there's a little bit more Bloods. But other than that, it's the G's. The G's are the deepest gang in the state, pretty much. Other than that. No, I guess probably this is what I know. Yeah, probably this is what I know. A lot of fucking what I know. Always a lot of fucking what I know. Peacefully violent. Peacefully aggressive. Discreets, what up? Insane brought it up to Oakland. Oakland is getting nicer because of gentrification in the Mexican side of town, and the Pisces are taking over the black parts of Oakland. Is that right? Salute, my friend. Sonny had a better organization, so the HA from so-called followed suit. He says there's more Bloods. He might be right. Yeah, if you add up all the different races of Bloods, because there is Mexican Crips and white Crips out here, but not many, man. Not many. There's a couple cliques of little Mexican ones. There is some cliques of Mexican Crips, but not a lot. Not a lot of them. And there was a couple white Crips. There was a couple. Not many, though, man. I'm talking a handful. The whole 10 years I did, I bet you I met 5 or something like that were worth a fuck anyway, that weren't weirdos. You know what I mean? Just some weirdo who had tattooed Crip on himself with a staple or something stupid. Just by the Oakland Stadium. I've seen some of those parts of Oakland that are horrible. Some of those homeless encampments are absolutely horrible. But I also know that they show you the worst parts of town, because those are the most shocking parts, so they show you the worst parts of town. Yeah, garbage and tent city everywhere. I watched that video earlier and had to turn that shit Hey, you should see the blood homie's face whenever because I've got that my video that I made about Chicano Crippin in Colorado, and I pinned it to the top of my page, and then whenever I was like, oh, he's like, what's your page? I was like, oh yeah, it's that right there. And the homie's Blood, he's old school Blood, you know what I mean? And he hits my page, and the very first thing, it's Savage Sev fucking talking a bunch of Crip shit. He's like, what the fuck is this? Who got blocked, Spider? Nobody got blocked. Well, you know, quiet as it's kept, they've been going back and forth, right? Because the whatchalls, I guess, what the little blood homies told me is there's a little clique called KTS, right? And these are the little homies of the G's, right? But KTS stands for killing the super loked outs, right? So it's the whole clique is aimed at the Bloods, huh? Now that's third party information. I don't know none of them cats, and I may have it completely wrong, but that's what the little blood homie told me. And he got to Edgar, homie. He's certified. I know him. He's from the Ridge. He's certified. And that's what he said. Wow. Go about 2 miles in tents in the makeshift, and they got mailboxes at their tents. Like they got mailboxes where you could get stuff. Yeah, Spinal shouldn't be blocked. You're not blocked, Spinal. That fool's a tool. I mean, he's such a tool. He is. He's and he continues even after, like even if you watch his videos now, even the videos that he puts out now, he's just such a lame dog. And I don't even care about like his shit being fake or whatever. It's just like, I don't know. He's like a showman, dog. He reminds me of like these old timers, dog, to be working you and shit, dog. You know what I mean? Like you're waiting for the hammer to come down. You're waiting for the move, homie. The 3-card money that they're about to pull on you and pull the whammy over your eyes and take you for everything. You know what I mean? And you know it's coming. And you got to stay on the old timers, homie. The old timers are slick, dog. Talk you out your shoes, homie. You be standing there in your shoes and your socks are gone and you can't figure out what the fuck happened. In the Dubs, they have an area called Ewok City. Allegedly 2-story shacks with little bridges. They got bridges. Tommy Thunder, what up, dog? Good to see you, Muhammad. Huh. Yeah, Runner. Yeah. He's full of it, dog. He doesn't say nothing. It's like he's like da 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 da, and like he'll dance and shit. Like if you look at it like it's like a sandwich, dog. And there's like the intro, you know what I mean? And where there's all his dances and this, and that's like one piece of bread. And then you get through all the different shit that he does, all the different rhymes, and that's what it does, cuz, and knowledge you can't get in college, and you remove all of that. Take all of that stuff out of there. And like his video about the cartel, I just did a video about my interactions with the cartel. I dealt with the cartel a lot, actually. And I've got a video coming out about it. And Gunner's video doesn't say anything. Go watch his video about the fucking cartel. I watched it because I was like, well, I want to see what he's got to say about it. Maybe I didn't learn a goddamn thing. You'll learn 10 times more from my video than you will from his video. His video's got nothing to it. There's a bunch of dancing and there's a bunch of rhyming and there's a bunch of sayings that he does. In the middle of it, he says, oh, well, they dealt with my auntie. I'll let you guys think about what they were doing or whatever. My auntie told me he didn't like you guys mean mugging him. And that's it. It was something stupid like that. It was like, you don't be mean mugging that dude. Those are serious dudes or something. It was like some stupid shit out of a book or something, or like out of a TV show, dog. Like they think the mob rolls around, dog, in like black Suburbans. In all blacked out Suburbans, and like drives around in caravans in 3 or 4. They don't. I promise. And you know those big ass Spicer trucks that drive around with the dualies and all that? Says Zacatecas on the back? Them fools want you to think they're from the mob, homie, but they ain't either. Watch my video. I got a video coming out about it, homie, and I'll tell you about my interactions with these cats. Someone gave his ass a thesaurus for Christmas. Ah, fucking Runner. Ah, hell. I like to, you never know whenever there's going to be a good opportunity to bag on him. He's always a good topic. So I do watch him. But that's the problem, though, is whenever you watch him, I swear to God, it's like a 16-layer fucking sandwich, dog. But it's all like lettuce and tomatoes and fucking garnishes and bullshit. And then there's this like little tiny sliver of information in the middle of it that was like, oh yeah, they weren't nobody to mess with. They messed with my auntie and they were doing something clandestine and told us don't be mean mugging them. That's his whole interaction. That's what he can tell you about the mob. And then there was a bunch of, but you know, we did our thing because we was about this and we was about that and da-da-da. And that's all, it's all fluff, homie. It's just layer after layer after layer of fluff. It's this huge fucking sandwich that he feeds you. But there's just this garbage amount of meat in the middle of it, homie, and you don't learn anything. It's just a fucking dance, homie. It's just it's like a blank slate, homie, like a template. He's just following a template. That's it. And so all he really has to do now is just add some little bullshit parts of information in the middle, right? He can literally take just a little bit of information. He can just go read. I don't think he reads. I think he's making most of this shit up. He's making it up, or he's listening to other people's shit and making it up from that. And he'll take just a little tiny bit of information and shove it in the middle of this big old fucking sandwich, dog, that is just dancing and rhymes and knowledge you can't get in college and all that other shit. And then, but that's what his videos are. If you look at them like that, go try to find the relevant information, homie, the relevant facts in Gunner's fucking video. They're not there. The facts aren't there, dog. You know what I mean? Boo-boo. I guess he does do his food reviews, homie. He does do his food reviews. I'll give him that. Tim from the IE. Frank, what up, dog? Alienated. Them fools killed it with the little ET. Did you see the little ET and it says Rasa on his stomach? Fucking conejo. I'm stupid. Alienated. It says alienated. Tim from the IE, what up, though? Triple OG in the house. Yeppa. Big old shit sandwich. Stupid. He was literally. Yeah, I'm telling you, it is. Yeah, it's just nonsense. You just stick to the whatchamacall. If you just stick to the whatchamacall, just stick to the food reviews. Maybe Gummer could do mukbangs where they eat all that food. You know, the fools eat all that food, go all crazy. They get millions of views. I don't know how. I have no idea how you get. How do you get millions of people watch you to like shove your face with like 30 McDonald's hamburgers? I don't even want to do that. It sounds disgusting. Could you imagine that? And then if you started getting views, you know what I mean? If you tried it, you're like, okay, and you got like 100,000 views, you'd be like, well, fuck, I'm going to do that again. And then just kept, then you're all fat. What were you doing? Scoring some dope or what? You got to find a better connect, homie. They're shooting all the way down there. Or you trying to get them cheap prices, huh? Or what was you doing? Was you picking up a hooker? Come on, Tim. Hell no. Hey, yeah, that was alienated like a mug. Anyway, my friends, I'm probably going to call it a night. Just wanted to talk about this a little bit, get it on the record. I've been thinking about it all day, man. It's like, damn, what was the point? What was the point of that video? I mean, I guess, homie, it's gang banging. It's like what's it? It's like what you call shit. It's for the glory, homie. Fuck them, right? Um, maybe they want to. Maybe they want to put Denver on the map. I said, fuck it. Wonder if I can hold someone accountable because I tried the Panda Express ribs based. Working at the Bank of Montreal, a Banda concert. I have no idea what Banda is. But I know Taylor Swift is in town, in case you're from Denver and you didn't fucking know. You have been put on notice that Taylor Swift is all over the fucking city. Any radio station you turn on has Taylor Swift on it. And yeah, it's something else. But yeah, hell yeah. Good luck, my homie. Thank you for showing up. Wesley, good to see you. Rich DM, good to see you. Thank you, my friends. And look out, watch out for my video about the cartels. Later, my friends. Bam.